Hey team, Valerie here, and welcome to Listing Presentation Mastery. So let me start with something we've all lived through. So imagine it's 8:15 a.m., your listing appointment's at 9, and right now you're printing comps while finishing another call. You may grab some coffee, rush across town, walk in out of breath, and think, okay, I'm just going to have to wing it. Now picture this instead. You arrive 10 minutes early, your packet's organized, you already know the comparables, the neighborhood, and the seller's goals. You walk in calm, confident, and in control. This is the same person and two totally different outcomes. Now that's the power of preparation. So you see, the truth is, top producers never wing it, they win it. 80% of listing success happens before you even knock on the door. Confidence doesn't magically appear, my friends. It's built long before the appointment even starts. So when you're truly prepared, sellers will feel that. They trust you faster, and they won't compare you to other agents. And they start believing you are the professional who's going to get their home sold. So remember, there's a lot of agents out there. You need to be level 10 when you show up to a buyer presentation or a listing presentation, and it all starts with preparation. Okay, so how do we actually get to that level of readiness every single time? It's what I call, and what I personally use, the 3 P's of listing preparation: plan, polish, and presence. So let's break these down. Okay, we're going to start off with plan. This is knowing your numbers. Before any listing, you need to do your homework. You need to pull your comparables. I want you focusing on all the actives, everything that's pending or under contract and sold. Ideally with a half mile and within the past 90 days. Don't just glance at the prices like most agents. I want you to study any patterns you may see. Which homes have moved fast? Which ones have sat? Why are they sitting? Then I want you to calculate the absorption rate. That's how fast homes are selling in that specific market. So in order to take that absorption rate, here's what you're going to do. You're going to take the number of homes sold in 30 days and divide it by the current active listings. So for easy numbers, if 20 sold and 40 are active, that's a 50% absorption rate, about a 2-month supply. So here's how to read it. 0 to 2 months equals a seller's market. 3 to 4 months equals a balanced market. And 5+ months equals a buyer's market. So you know how to talk market conditions with authority by using these strategies and this data before you even walk into the door. And you also need to research the neighborhood. You need to check price reductions, list to sell ratios, and any builder competition nearby. This is an important one. You need to understand that if a buyer walks into our house, what other houses are they walking into? If there is new construction nearby, what incentives are they offering that may hurt the sale of this house? I need to be ready with that data. When you can say, hey, listen, I noticed 3 other homes in your neighborhood recently reduced their price, you've already established expertise, okay? So now let's go on to polish. This is a good one. You need to create your packet. This is where your preparation turns visual. So think of your listing packet as your first impression on paper. It needs to look professional, complete, and clean. It should include things like your home seller's guide, a listing process flow chart, an estimated net sheet, and your marketing plan. You also should include a recent sales map from the MLS and a sample marketing piece, like a postcard or a flyer, or a social media ad. You need to show off the quality of your branding. You need to show how consistent you are with that quality as well. And make sure if you're going digital at a listing appointment, which is totally acceptable, charge your tablet or laptop. Make sure you grab a notepad, pen, and business cards as well. So, in my personal experience, taking notes makes them feel like I'm listening. Okay, so these little things are important. Add one small but important thing. Make sure everything looks fresh. I don't want you walking in with a wrinkled folder, outdated logos, coffee stains on your comparables. Every detail sends a message about how you will represent their home. These little things add up, okay? Now, my personal favorite is presence. Show up ready. This one's personal for me because I'm a huge believer that how you present yourself is part of your professionalism. So when I say things like dress for the price point you want to attract, I mean it. If you're walking into a $1.2 million listing, you need to look like the kind of agent who regularly sells a $1.2 million home. For everyone, that means your clothes should be neat and pressed and fitted properly. Shoes should be clean and polished. Now for the ladies, keep your nails trimmed and neat. Avoid chipped polish or overly bold colors. Soft, natural makeup feels approachable. For the guys, clean shave or neatly groomed facial hair, trim nails, tidy hair, and polished shoes. Nothing flashy, just intentional. You are representing their biggest asset. So your look should say, I'm a trusted professional. I'm not trying too hard. And when you arrive, give yourself a few moments before knocking. Park one house down. Take a deep breath. Observe the home's curb appeal and reset your focus. Because I want you to remember this. Your goal isn't to impress. It's to make the seller feel at ease. Now, why this matters? Preparation isn't paperwork, it's positioning. When you show up ready, you're showing respect for the seller's time. You're establishing authority without ever having to say, I'm the expert. And because you already know the details, you can listen better and connect more authentically. Prepared people speak with certainty. Unprepared people sell from insecurity. So before every appointment, ask yourself, do I know enough to lead this conversation? If not, prep for 5 more minutes. Preparation is key. And this goes for all facets of your life. If you're going to give a keynote speech or you're walking on stage talking in front of a big audience, you never wing it. They're going to feel it. And it's not going to come from an authentic place. It's going to come from an insecure place. But if you prepare your notes and you know the information, it's going to be that much more seamless on stage. The same thing for a listing presentation or a buyer presentation. Know the stats, be physically prepared, and take a deep breath before you walk in, and I promise it's going to make a huge difference. Okay, so let's do some agent reflection. Okay, here's a quick gut check. On a scale of 1 to 10, how prepared were you for your last listing appointment? Did you walk in calm or were you reactive to the situation? What could you have done differently the night before to make it go smoother? There's no judgment here. This is just self-awareness because that is where the growth actually happens. Now let's go into the professional mindset. This isn't just a meeting, a listing presentation. It's an audition for trust. So arrive early, pause before you walk in, and when the door opens, smile and say, thank you for inviting me to see your home. That one line shifts your energy. It sets you apart. Remember, confidence isn't loud. It's calm, controlled, and certain. So right before you knock, take one slow breath and remind yourself, I'm here to serve, not sell. Okay, so let's talk about setting the stage. Every touch point builds your brand. So the night before, I want you to send a message via text, something along the lines of, "Hi, Miss Seller. I'm looking forward to seeing your home tomorrow at 5 p.m. I've prepared your neighborhood analysis and marketing plan to review together, and I'm so excited to meet you." That one simple text says, "I'm organized, I'm professional, I care." So save this in your phone as a template called listing confirmation. You'll want to use it before every listing appointment you ever go on. And it's these details that are going to set you apart. So your preparation toolkit. Here's what to pack every single time. You want your CMA and comparables. I always bring a copy of the listing agreement and disclosures because I'm confident they're going to sign with me. This is where you can choose to either print it physically or go digital on your computer or your tablet. Okay? Bring a seller's guide, a escrow flow chart, an estimated net sheet, and your marketing plan. Okay? Make sure your tablet or laptop is fully charged. Bring your pen, cards, and notepads. And here's a tip. I want you to keep these packets or pre-listing bags in a folder in your car, stocked and ready to go. Have one in your office ready to go, and have a few at home. That way you are never scrambling at the last minute. Okay, so tonight's challenge before your next listing: pack your listing packet, write out your 3 Ps: plan, polish, and presence. Schedule your 30-minute prep block, send your confirmation texts, and make this a system, not a scramble. Because when you stay ready, you never have to get ready. And if you want an extra layer of accountability, share your prep checklist with your growth advisor or your team leader. That little bit of structure goes a long way. So remember that preparation turns professionals into producers. Every time you prepare, you're telling yourself, I take this seriously and I'm the professional. So go into your next appointment calm, confident, and ready to win the listing before you even knock. You got this. In our next module coming up, we're going to go from doorstep to deal, the art of the listing appointment. Thanks for joining me.